take really quick responsiveness, for example. In business, you want to be the first to reply. You want to be really on top of your potential customers or your current customers, making sure you're always getting back to them the second they, engage with you. And that's going to be great for your business. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you retain customers. If you do that with women, you're going to scare them off. You're going to come off needy. You're going to come off overinvested, and women aren't going to be into it. Or the other thing that social media is doing is making women care about things, or not making women, and this is like obviously not for everybody, but it's acting like, okay, height. Oh, I should care about height because all of these other women on social media are caring about height, and everyone says 6'4" and blue eyes and finance and trust fund. And so like these must be the things that are important because like that's what everybody else wants. And it's like you actually wouldn't have cared about those things because then none of those things are indicators of a quality husband if you hadn't spent the last 6 months watching viral reels about how you should want a tall guy. Maybe some people, yes. And even then, okay, let's say you're talking to an entrepreneur and they're so passionate about what they do. That's still not a date. And it's not cultivating a date environment. It's cultivating an associate, a business, a networking event. So I still wouldn't talk about work even if they do seem really passionate about it. How can you get them talking about their feelings? Where was their last vacation? What did they like about it? How did it make them feel?
I had a guest on who's a dating psychologist, researcher, and he did about 4,000 blind dates.
Himself?
Studies. No, sorry, study.
Wow, he was busy.
Yeah, he's 86. But yeah, he studied all of these people and he tried to understand based on what the criteria is of what both men and women were looking for. And then after the dates, what actually was attractive to them.
Fascinating.
Right? And he found that a lot of the criteria that women initially had, and both men and women, it didn't actually line up with who they were actually attracted to. Because by the first date, it was a lot about compatibility, who they found attractive. It wasn't necessarily that this person was tall or had a good career. And it got me kind of thinking about first, how important the chemistry is in the first date in terms of the questions that you have to ask and the connection that you build. Yeah, talk to me a little bit more about that. Should you just kind of throw out that baby out of the water, not literally, especially since you had a baby, because I think a lot of men lead with their status or what they do and what they can provide, name dropping or what they're doing in their career. Should it just be more about the person?
Yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, status definitely plays a role in dating. Women want high status guys, but I think intent behind what you're doing and what you're saying trumps everything. So if the reason that you are name dropping and you are flexing your Rolex and you are alluding to how much money you make is because you want to impress her, the underlying emotion is, I don't think I'm good enough. How can I make her think I'm good enough? And if that's how you feel, she might not even articulate it as that, but she's very unlikely to be attracted to you because she is going to sense that you put her on a pedestal, that she's not dating up if she's dating you. And that's going to be a turnoff.
Have you seen cases where somebody gets into a friend zone and then later on it can convert into a romantic relationship? Or do you think the way women's brains work is that once you're a friend, they've kind of already made up their mind and it's very hard?
Yeah, the dreaded friend zone.
The dreaded friend zone, yes.
Friends can be a great place to start a relationship. I think especially if you're meeting a woman at work or you're meeting her at a hobby that you both really enjoy, where if you immediately go for dating and things don't work out, it could be awkward. First, exploring the connection as friends can actually be a very smart place to start because you're able to suss out, okay, is this worth it? Do we actually have compatibility that is believable for a romantic relationship?
Without pressure also.
Yeah. And I think the thing that guys often get wrong is they get in the friend zone. Okay, they're friends with this person. And then they think okay, no, I would like to explore this romantically, but they don't do anything differently. And then it's okay, well, I'm just stuck here. And it's like, okay, but have you stuck your neck out? Have you made a case for yourself? Have you started treating her like you would treat a potential romantic partner? Do you have the things that a woman wants in a romantic partner? Because whether or not a woman is friends with you, that has very different criteria than whether or not she's open to a relationship with you. So you might be like fun and goofy and cool to hang out with, but if she doesn't see you as dating up, if she doesn't view you as high status, if she doesn't view you as a potential provider, she's not going to see you as a romantic partner. So do you have those things, and have you demonstrated those to your friend?
Yeah, it's just easy to be typing a few things on social media and to like reach out. That's technically a way of reaching out, right?
Yeah.
Which is even scary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you recommend then?
And not getting a reply isn't really a rejection.
Not really a rejection.
Yeah.
They maybe not have even seen it, right? Do you recommend then for people to be doing more in-person approaches?
Oh my God, yes.
Go into that, because that's really scary for a lot of people, right? Just the idea of talking to someone and
because we spend so much time on our phones as a society watching videos of people mess things up and do embarrassing things and talk about the creepy guy who approached them or the terrible date that they went on, that it's making it really tough for people to want to put themselves out there and want to face rejection. Because it's not just like, okay, this girl told me no. Well, because what's the first thing anyone does when they see something like maybe interesting happening? They whip out their phone.
right.
Okay, so what if someone sees me approaching and then I get recorded and then I'm a meme and then I'm like, like I can never live it down. Like that's really scary.
Yeah, like a strict criteria, no matter what your height is.
Yeah.
Right, like taller than makes sense.
Yeah.
What are some of those other things that we now care about in society because of social media that probably has no evolutionary reason for us to care about? Like
Well, I
looks,
think,
yeah.
I mean, this has evolutionary reason, but I think it's become very extreme, is just like beauty in general. And I see that with men all the time. It's like, I can put a very beautiful, but like normal woman in front of them and they're like, like, I'm just not that attracted to her. And I'm like, she's on your level. Like, and that is because like this is what social media has played in. It's like, okay, you used to like, let's say you live in your town, you had access to like that one really hot girl in your town. There's like one of her, and everyone else is like, looks more normal. Now every hot girl from every town across the entire world has a platform on Instagram, and that's whose content you're being served on Instagram, and that's who you're seeing, and that's who Instagram is putting in front of you if they know what you like. So this goes back to what I said before. You have this illusion that you have access to those people and that's who you should be with because there's so many of them. And so why shouldn't I have a girlfriend that looks like that? It's like, first of all, there's not that many people that look like that. They just all happen to be on Instagram. Second of all, especially with AI now, she doesn't even look like that. Like she is like maybe she doesn't even exist.
Right.
Like she's AI.
Yes.
So I think it's like totally messing with people's perception of like what they have access to and what is realistic based on like, okay, like you can be an amazing guy, but still like who you have access to is limited by who's in your social circle. And as a matchmaker, like I can get in front of that a little bit, like how I like to explain it is as a matchmaker, I can get you with like the top end of who you would ever realistically be able to attract. But I can do that without you having to spend time on it.
Yeah, and you don't even want that, right? Because
No.
eventually the woman or the man, whether it's commonality, eventually they're going to lose interest, right? You don't want to really play that game, I feel. But this makes me think about where this is going to go next with AI, where it is pretty scary with the popularity of like AI girlfriends.
Yeah.
Who not only look perfect, but they're telling you exactly what you want to hear. AI already does this, right? It tells you how smart you are. It tells you you're right.
Yeah.
Creates a bunch of narcissists. Right? Exactly. Like, tell me more. I guess I wonder how much of your work now with the matchmaking work that you're doing is just resetting expectations on both sides. Like, is that kind of the first criteria you do is like, tell me what you want, but most likely I'm going to have to reset your realistic
No, I mean, I
expectations.
definitely see that. And that's what makes the good stories.